everybody. It's been a couple weeks since I've done any kind of update or recording or post or anything. We are just wrapping up week 14, headed into prep week 15, and I'm just leaving the gym after having done the first part of my long list of things to do. I have to do fasted cardio every day, and recently we upped it from 350 calories that I have to build or burn in a course of 30 minutes or close to 100 more, so 450. So my intensity has definitely gone up, and with that, unfortunately, has come some workout restructuring. Because up until now, I pretty much did everything fasted. I did my lift, I did my cardio, I did pretty much everything fasted. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I just prefer to do my cardio after my lift, and even though I have to do additional cardio, I just go back and do that later, which is, it's better to do it that way anyway, at least to get the benefits out of it that we're trying to get. And I have found that since upping the intensity with the increasing heat of the summer, that it's just not practical for me to do my cleaning shift at the gym and then do my lift and then do my fasted cardio, and continuously doing everything fasted that way. I have found that it's just gotten too difficult to keep up and have the same kind of output that I need to have or that I want to have during the whole thing. So it's made me revamp my routine a little bit, where the first part of my day now is focused on just going in and getting my fasted cardio done, and then later in the day, usually toward the tail end of my day, I go and do my lift if I need to lift, and then I follow it up with my run or cardio after, or additional cardio after. And while it's definitely a new adjustment for me on top of everything else I've been having to deal with over the last little while, it hasn't been too bad, especially since I've just lined it up with my second cleaning shift of the day at the gym, if that's something I need to do that day. So it hasn't been too bad. My physique is definitely shaping up the way coach wants it to, and we're slowly seeing the scale do what I want it to do, or do what we want it to do. But things are looking pretty good, and we're gradually upping the intensity now as we go along. We're down to the last 8 or 9 weeks. As of literally today, will be 2 months, so 26th of September is competition or stage day. So we are literally 2 months away from walking that stage and adding a new experience to my list of lifelong experiences that I've gone through so far. With that being said, this week has been very, very heavy. Among many heavy weeks or months that I've been going through. Some of you know, some of you don't know, but for those who don't know, my father-in-law has passed away this week, and it's been very hard. He chose MAID, and for those who don't know what that is, it is the medical assisted ending of life. He has had a history of heart attacks, and the last one he went through a few years ago damaged his heart so severely that it left him with no choice but to try out the heart pump that you would put within the heart. And he tried to put on a good show, but in the end it turned out that it wasn't really giving back or giving him any real quality of life. If anything, it seemed to have made things worse rather than better, which is unfortunate because that wasn't what the intention or the objective was. And last week we found out that things had taken a toll for the utmost worst, where he was experiencing kidney failure. I don't know if it was one or both, but kidney failure anyway, and he had cancer in the past, and apparently his cancer had returned. We don't know which one he got this time. The first one was lung cancer. and the device in his heart was failing. So at the end of the day, he would have required chemo. He was not eligible for donor or organ transplant of any kind. And in the end, there really wasn't, he didn't feel like there was an out for him that didn't require basically lifelong or prolonged pain and suffering that he just didn't want to have to personally go through, and didn't want to make his family suffer along with him either. So in the end, he chose the assist, and on Tuesday, we gathered around with my husband, or his son, and his daughter, and her husband, and his brother, and we saw him off, so to speak. So it has been a trivial week for me, and for the rest of the family. We are now doing the cleanup, as they say, going through everything, because he lived with us, so we're having to clean up everything from him and figure out what to do after that. So it's been a very heavy week, but even with, that, I'm still pushing through with prep. And I'll be honest, I gotta say, prep is, I feel like, keeping me on the straight and narrow right now and keeping me going. I dove into extra work. I picked up extra cleaning shifts at the gym, which that has helped a lot. Just to keep me in the forward momentum. But if it wasn't for prep and the rules of prep, because there are rules, the fact that I have to eat, that I have to get my steps in, that I have to get my workout done, that I still have goals that I want to achieve and meet and accomplish. And, he didn't give up his life so that I could stop mine either. So as hard as this is emotionally, and I was extremely closed off for the first part of the week, and I have found that the floodgates have opened, so to speak, and everything is, I'm pretty easily triggered these days. If it wasn't for the family I have around me, my gym family included, as I'm finding out that I actually have such a thing, I'm not exactly sure where I would be at the moment. But because of the rules of prep, it is forcing me to continuously eat the food that I need to eat, not dipping into the wrong things that I shouldn't be eating at this time, or in my history, just stopping altogether and not eating at all. I'm still getting all my workouts in, I'm still getting it done, and it's forcing me to do that. So I am incredibly grateful for prep at this point. And again, for all the support that I have received and will continue to receive from those around me. And yeah, so it's been a very, very heavy week. And like I said, we are now wrapping up week 14, and week 15 starts tomorrow. And we're going to start upping the intensity even more a little bit and see where that goes. So yeah, it's been it's been a lot. So that's where things are at right now. And I will keep everyone appraised again soon. Cheers.